It is nearly Thanksgiving time here at the Peach and Steve Show and in America. We are very excited. There is still a COVID-19 pandemic, so gatherings are going to be small, but our current gathering features not only Peach and Steve, but also Peach's sister, Michelle. Michelle, thank you for joining us. I know you're one of our biggest fans because you have to be.
I'm a huge fan and I am so grateful to be here.
Yes, you're not getting paid for this, but we're happy to have you. And we're talking Thanksgiving because it's Thanksgiving, and it's definitely going to be a weird one this year. I'm going to be at my parents' house in Ohio. We're not going to see any other family, so it's going to be amazing. I can watch football, drink a lot, sit in my parents' basement. Peach, what are in your plans for this amazing holiday?
I'm jealous that you get to see your parents. I won't be able to. I will be in New York because Chicago is full of COVID right now. So it feels like the responsible thing to do is to stay here and eat mashed potatoes by myself in my room.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is a very star-studded lineup in terms of cities. We have New York, Chicago, and Cleveland, Ohio,
Ooh.
which is one of the top in the country. And one thing I wanted to bring up quickly, I remembered when I was getting ready for this episode, is that something really being missed out on this year is our Friendsgivings. And I've only been to one, and it was in Bowling Green, Ohio, and all of us attended. And there was vegan options, there was KFC chicken, wine, just your normal slate. Everyone gave thanks. And I thought of that and I went, oh, now I'm kind of bummed. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be feeling that way this year. But do you have any recollection, Peach, of your top moment from our bizarre Friendsgiving and holiday gatherings?
That was so much fun. I just remember making that vegan meat and one of our friends being very upset that we didn't tell him it was vegan.
Yes.
But other than that, it was so much fun. And we took like that cute group photo. It was a great time. I loved that. That's
No,
what I miss the most is definitely like Friendsgiving. Like I love my family, but Friendsgiving is like so fun. So much more alcohol.
I know. And you could drink it without being judged. But I will get
Yeah.
to such a point soon because I have some great questions for Michelle because since she is our guest, she has to answer anything we ask her. And really my, only other Debbie Downer thing to bring up before we get into that is that, I learned a few years ago that the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is like the biggest bar day of the year. I had no idea because I wasn't
Yeah.
cool. And
Huge here. It's huge in Chicago. Like
yeah,
everybody goes out the night before.
everyone knew this except me. And now it's like I really hope people don't try to go out.
Oh, they
But
will. They will.
I know you're right, but I have a good question, Michelle. We're gonna get right into it because this is our fast-paced Thanksgiving episode, and I've really never had like an annual Thanksgiving gathering. Mine's usually pretty low key. We've done bigger ones for Christmas. I have been to all of them. I've been to an ex's place. I've had the drunk uncle experience at an ex's place and at my own family's place. But one question right off the bat, which we'll all answer, but I prefer this one. Michelle, what role do you strive for at a normal Thanksgiving gathering? And some examples are cool cousin, darling granddaughter, drunk mess. I mean, what role do you try to establish in front of your family?
That is a great question. Where did I go on my Zoom thing? I know exactly how I would describe myself, and I know that my sister would agree. I am the villain. I
The
am the
villain.
Yeah.
I'm the
The
instigator.
villain.
I'm totally the instigator. I'm the one. I'll be like, so how I am naturally charming and sweet for the most,
Wow.
but I do choose to pick on a few people. Like I will pick on my cousin Sarah, just for my own evil personal satisfaction.
Wow. So you're going with villain. I try to go with composed alcoholic where I can drink a lot and seem fine when really I'm not. Um, just have like 2 bottles of wine and be like, I always drink like this. Villain, though, is interesting. So the interesting dynamic here, Peach, is that you're with Michelle at these gatherings. If she's the villain, are you the hero?
I literally look like an angel next to her. I'm just like, she's so mean. I'm so sorry she said that to
No,
you. Let
I'm
me
not
console you.
mean.
Well, you said you're the villain. So
I'm the villain, the instigator. I don't know, Michelle. What do you see me as? I'm not sure. I'm like the I feel
You're like the
like
bystander.
the what?
You're a
the
I
bystander.
didn't hear what you said. That is the meanest thing. See, you are the villain. A bystander, Jesus. Michelle.
The
Oh my God,
the
I have to change my entire personality
mm-hmm.
again.
Wow. Yeah, that's what happens. Holidays make you have to change your whole life. So I'm rapid firing questions to you, Michelle. Have you ever had a movie like embarrassing moment at the table during a holiday gathering? Like, did you pee your pants or throw up on the table or say something inappropriate?
Well, when I was a kid, I probably definitely like secretly farted at the table. I don't know.
It's not a secret if it's a fart.
Quietly.
We were always at the kids' table.
We were always at the kids' table. I've never really had an embarrassing moment. I guess my mom has this photo of me on Thanksgiving in Ohio when I was a kid, and I am just downing a turkey leg, and it's like honestly the size
On
of
brand.
my head and neck. I would say I probably embarrass myself when I go hard, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't have any of these, like, not to sound boring, but like some people have these crazy holiday stories. I guess my family just, the only crazy thing I have is a consistently drunk uncle that we see once a year on a certain holiday, and every year it gets progressively drunker, and but it's almost like sad. It's not funny when
I'm
someone's
suffering. I mean, we definitely have like good stories of our family. We're crazy, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it would go under like I embarrassed myself.
mm-hmm.
It's,
You're just living your life and being yourself.
yeah, it has nothing to do with me. Other people are the funny ones.
Yeah, like there was that one time that we went around and we had everyone say like one thing nice to someone else, like what they like about them
mm-hmm.
with our cousins at the kids table. And our one cousin looked at Michelle and goes, I can't think of anything. I need a minute.
No,
Wow.
she said that, Renee, you're wrong. She said that about everyone at the table. Sarah literally, sorry, we're outing her. Sarah literally couldn't find one thing to say about any of us, you included.
That'll happen.
Well, I think what's notable is one time, so I guess you have to have like just a little bit of background. Like our uncle kind of started like his own Jewish chapter. I don't even know how you would say that, Renee. He tried to start his own religion, and within this own religion, one
I
time
didn't know
he
that.
just yeah, one time he decided to adopt a senior for Thanksgiving. This is where
No,
you take
that's no, almost, but no.
you take an
Him and his
orphan.
wife,
You take an
him and his
orphan.
wife Michelle, him and his wife decided to adopt a grandma, and
An
they
orphan
brought the
senior.
grandma to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
They brought the adopted grandma to our Thanksgiving because you can adopt a grandma for a holiday and have them join you
I don't like
because
that.
they have nowhere else to go.
She
And that
wanted,
is what they did. And
she
it was
wanted us to
terrifying.
call her grandma. And
She wanted us to call her grandma. Who does that?
An
and
adopted
then
grandma.
while we were
An
eating,
adopted grandma.
our adopted grandma for the hour decided to lock herself in the bathroom. And she started using all of my aunt's products. And my
My
aunt
God.
Patty is super into beauty and loves her products. And all of a sudden, she comes out of the bathroom after being in there for like an hour, holding like a handful of products, being like, I love these. And my aunt was like, you can keep them. It was, and while she was in the bathroom, we were like banging on the door and stuff. And she was
Well,
screaming.
because we had to use the bathroom. We were kids. We were like, how old? I think I was the oldest one. I was probably like 8 or something. And we all had to use the bathroom and we were banging on the door because We had to use the bathroom, and she was in there for like an hour, and she came out with her arms out, chasing us.
Yeah.
Chasing us through the house. We were
Like a stray
screaming.
grandma.
A
She
psycho
was
grandma.
a little meatball, just like with long arms and like curly hair that was like adopted from Massachusetts, just like chasing us.
And they put her in the car all the way to Ohio.
That's
All the way to-
crazy. Wait, what?
It was scary.
They brought her from
Yeah.
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
They adopted her in Massachusetts, drove her to Ohio.
That's so
Um,
weird. I didn't even know you could adopt a grandma. I feel
You
like it's
can
supposed to be
adopt a
like you could
grandma.
take a senior citizen home for the holiday, but not across state lines. It sounds like a crime.
Yeah, it sounds like a crime.
It's nice, Renee, that you think that we banged on the door because we had to go to the bathroom. But I specifically remember just doing that out of being like a pure.
Because she was in there for an hour.
Well, I'm sure Miss Bystander over here actually had to go to the bathroom, and you, being the villain, didn't have to and just joined me with aggressively knocking.
True. All right. Okay. Well, that's terrifying. And that was actually something that was brought up on our outline. And I saw, and I went, what the heck? Adopted? I thought it was like a typo. I didn't realize that was a thing. I was going to get into, but, our last episode, I did discuss going on vacation with an ex's family. And I really didn't want to make this an episode or a show about all ex's experiences. But I did go to an ex's Thanksgiving last year, and I was like, all I want to do is watch football. That's all I want to do. And she's like, we watch so much football at this house. It's really all we do. And then they watched The Wizard of Oz instead. And I was like, this isn't football. This is The Wizard of Oz. And they're like, and one person was watching it. I'm like, can I change this? They're like, no, I'm watching The Wizard of Oz. And it was it's not even a fun story. I was just like sitting on the corner, like getting attacked by a dog and two cats watching football on my computer. But I don't have I guess the grandma there, I could have called my adopted grandma because there was a grandma there. But
you could have taken things to the next level.
Like, I'd like to adopt you.
How do you feel about that?
Oh my God.
I'd like to take you down my yellow brick road
to Massachusetts.
I've never been to a significant other's holiday.
Never go. Don't do it.
No, and I've had like long-term relationships. I just like never get the invite. Maybe I should be concerned.
Well, it's nice because you can be like, I'll just go to my family, and you can avoid the awkwardness. So I guess it's good and bad. It is weird not to get an invite, though. You should always get the invite.
Concerning. Red flags.
Yeah, we have to. I feel like all our conversations can just evolve into huge red flags. Be like, huh? I was never invited. That's weird. Never met their parents. All right,
concerning.
Michelle, I have one more quick question for you before Thanksgiving related, and then we're gonna get into some, other wild questions because everyone's already talking about Thanksgiving. It's the hottest topic. But what is one food you hate that your family makes you eat? It could be in general too. Like your parents make it. They're like, hey, you got to eat it.
Well, I don't believe in that. You've got to eat it.
Oh, so you just say no.
Yeah, life is just a series of telling people no. I obviously have nothing like.
Are you trying to get taglines across on my show?
No, but I always say, like, if someone asks you to do something and you don't want to do it, you just say politely, thank you so much for thinking of me. Seriously, but no, thank you.
Like, thank you for this casserole, but I hate you and I want it out of my face.
Yeah, I guess Jews do like a pretty weird potato thing on Thanksgiving, and nobody's ever forced me to eat it. I'd fight someone before.
To clarify, you are both Jewish. This is not a racial slur you're throwing out. That you're like, Jews do this potato thing. Like, oh my God.
What is that? It's a what's it called? Like a Kegel?
No, that's for your vagine to tighten it.
Yes, Kegel exercises. Yes,
it's a potato. It's a potato kugel. It's too close.
It's Kugel doesn't sound right.
No, it's a potato
Kegel or Kegel? I don't know.
Kegels are when you tighten your muscles. I accidentally was doing them in grade school and I didn't know.
Wow. Your daughter was doing Kegel exercises. You're like, yes.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah, you have to clarify, by the way, when you say things like If you're like, yeah, the Jews do this, you have to say that you are. This is just future advice. People
Yeah,
might think you're
Yeah.
you know,
anti-Semite would
yeah,
be the word.
a Jewish anti-Semite. But
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'm the same way, but there is some stuff I remember growing up and just eating it and being like, see, I didn't have the villain mentality to say no. I would just do it and be miserable. That's kind of like how my
Yeah,
whole life
same.
goes. I just do things. And I'm like, I don't even like this. This is stupid. Having a bad time. But
I remember trying that Kugel thing, and it was so bad.
Yeah.
So moist, yet so burnt.
ew,
It's so wrong. It's just is wrong.
it's moist yet dry.
I think what's wrong about our Thanksgiving is that we never get green bean casserole. We always just get like lightly
No.
sauteed green beans because mom, is like every other Jewish woman in her 50s.
Well, no, because I feel like green bean casseroles is also just like a very like every Karen is making every Karen in the Midwest is making a green
Yeah.
bean casserole.
Yeah, I know, and I know that's not why we get it because mom's foreign, but
Yeah, I
I
feel like
decided this year that I'm not putting up with just having green beans with lemon on them. I'm making a green bean casserole.
you are.
And
Nice.
I'm so sad you're not going to be there, Renee.
Me too. I'm gonna be eating mashed potatoes literally right here alone.
In New York City, you could take like a video of you alone, like having a crazy time.
Oh, I plan on it.
Wow.
Catch me on TikTok eating Thanksgiving food alone.
Sad yet entertaining and should generate a lot of engagement or
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a
engagements.
great time. Maybe someone did invite me to Thanksgiving on TikTok, and I thought that was so nice.
Well, maybe you should go.
Maybe I should go.
No,
I said their mom said I can go, and I was like, okay.
Remember, like a 9-year-old kid. Like my
I
mom said,
know.
you show up, you're like, oh, well,
Oh, never mind.
what?
Never done. Nope. Bye.
Wow. So we're trudging along here, and I've been thinking about this since our last episode went up, and there was a question from my roommate that took the internet by storm. And what it was if you could be any character from a book, movie, or TV show, what would you be? I said Scott Pilgrim, and then I proceeded to watch Scott Pilgrim that night, and I had an amazing time. And I doubled down on my answer.
Good.
And then I'm blanking. What was your answer? Or were you still kind of like wavering?
You know what? My answer I didn't love, and I need to fix it because I was saying like more too real of characters, like too
Yeah.
real of characters. Like I wanted mine were too depressing, like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Like I just want to be able to erase my memory whenever I feel like it. Yeah, working on that.
Michelle, do you have one? Like, is there? So the basis of the question is, since you hate our show and don't listen, is that is you're a fictional character, but you wouldn't necessarily have all their plot lines, but you would live their life. So, like, say you're like, I'll just use this example because it's my favorite show. Say you're Ted Mosby. You're not necessarily going to have the same interactions he does, but you would be him in this fictional scenario. Is there like a character you've always idolized?
No, to be honest, I've only really idolized the best version of who I could be. It's something I really like about
That's
myself.
a wrong answer. You have to have an answer, else I'm going to boot you from the Zoom call.
No, seriously, it's something that I admire about myself is I've never wanted to be anyone other than myself.
It's not about wanting, it's about you have to.
Okay.
Maybe like Charlie Brown or
I guess
Man.
I guess Angelica.
Wonder Woman.
Angelica from Rugrats. So I could be mean.
That's a creative answer.
That's you, and that's you.
That's a good. I think that is a good answer.
For the rest of my life.
There is
that is literally the villain of the cousins.
There is a fan theory that Angelica has made up all the other children in the show because she's lonely. So that would.
I love that.
That's interesting. But I have an easier question for you for the group, which is because I was thinking about we're talking about characters we liked, But like, who's your most hated character of all time? And I'll start off because this took me 2 seconds. It's the brother from Halloween Town. I hate him. They're clearly all witches and warlocks, and the whole movie, he's like, "No, we're not. I'm not. No, we're not." And they're like levitating him and everything. And he's just so annoying. He's poorly written, and I want to fight him. But that's just my Halloween Town rant because I rewatched it during Halloween season.
Okay.
But like
Okay.
someone you just hate on like a TV show when they come on screen, you're like, I don't even want to watch this right
Okay. Okay. Derek from 90 Day Fiance.
now.
No.
Wow.
No, Derek. He's not on 90 Day Fiance. He's on Married at First Sight.
Oh, he's on Married at First Sight. Yeah.
Derek makes me angry because how he talks and just is about women. It just is like, I'm not the first person to start yelling at a guy, but damn, this guy needs to get drilled into the ground.
So what's he do? I'm not familiar with this. I've seen similar shows, but
so Married at First Sight. He has this like super gorgeous blonde girl, and at the beginning, he's like, "Oh, she's exactly what I wanted. Like, I'm so
is
attracted."
this the one that said you gained weight on the ad for the show?
He might have, because all of a sudden she starts like slightly rejecting him, just like a little bit. She's like, "Bro, we just got married. We just met. Like slow down." And he flips out and he's like, "You're ugly." Like,
oh my God.
Like, you're unattractive. And it's just like, he really shows you how guys can lash out after they get rejected, which is something that like all girls have been through. And I think that he's just the worst character. I feel bad. I hope he doesn't listen to this. He like DM'd me on Instagram because I tagged Renee in his post.
Oh.
I was like, "Oh my God, look, like he's on Insta." I shouldn't have done that because I forgot, my sister's Insta famous. And
Swipe up life.
Swipe up. So he messaged me and he's like, "What's up with peach mango juice?"
You're like, "I hate you."
I'm like, so I messaged him back. I said, "That's my sister. What's up?" And he was like, "I noticed that you commented and tagged her, but she didn't interact much." And I was like,
that's so weird. People are so weird on the internet.
What is wrong with
so weird?
All right. I don't want to get in the rabbit hole too much. Do you have
Derek needs therapy.
A most hated, real or fictional?
Yeah. I have Dean from Gilmore Girls. Infuriates me.
Like, you have to turn off the show when he shows up.
I can't do episodes with him. He's so whiny and so he just had so much potential and just went downhill. But I feel that way with Rory a lot in Gilmore Girls too, because I just feel like she's so ungrateful for Yale and she drops out and just goes through everything with her mom, and she really irritates me then. And also the baby voice, sophomore year of college, let that go.
Your guys' answers are more dynamic than mine. But there's one hated person I want to bring up. So I caught up on the Bachelorette last night. At the time of recording, I caught up. But I remember that Michelle, didn't you buy a cameo of Jed for your sister?
I got Michelle a cameo of Jed for her birthday.
So, I was genuinely pissed off because there were so many better people on the app that I did.
But
I hate Jed.
Isn't he? So
I could only afford Jed.
I'm part of Bachelor Nation, of course, and I watching. I'm like, she's gonna pick Jed. I don't know why. She had the hottest guy of all time in Tyler Cameron standing there like, "I'm super hot. Let's just be famous together." And she's like, "I kind of like the guy who looks like a troll," and I don't get it.
You were stealing my tweet. I think you already knew that I believed this. And
did you call Jed winning?
Yeah, I called it, and I also called Biden winning. The whole presidential election, I had no fear.
Well, that's one or two. The Jed thing was like,
no, I'm mildly psychic, and I could tell by the way.
Mildly.
I think I just
mild.
I think I'm just really good at picking up on people's. I'm very observant, and so.
But he's he was the ugliest
I saw
choice.
The way that she was looking at him. I saw the way she was looking at him,
fair.
And I said, "No, why do we do this? Why do we do this?
Pick the ugliest guy."
You pick the guy who's
I
not
know.
just the ugly thing, but you pick the one who's genuinely least interested in you.
Clearly was there. Of course, we're talking about 2 bachelorettes ago with Hannah B. Was clearly only there for his music.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
I
best part, once that show,
know.
Listen to Your Heart, came out right after.
Right.
But I remember that you
Oh
bought.
yeah, and he was probably like, "Oh my god, how did I not? Like, I signed up for the wrong season."
And I remembered about that cameo. That's
So
as soon
funny.
as I asked that question, I'm like, Jed's got to be, over the past year and a half, probably one of the most hated reality people that I could think of.
Oh, for sure. And he sang Michelle a song for her birthday. That was a
That's
cameo.
Is that funny that he,
He'll sing you a little song.
like, his career went from maybe I could get famous on The Bachelorette. He accidentally wins, and then now he's making cameos for your sister for, like, that's his
His
life now.
his face when he won was one of the funniest moments of
He's
my
like,
life.
oh.
He was like he was like trying to hold in a massive fart.
All the people that win The Bachelor and Bachelorette are like clearly not there to win, and they win. They're like, oh no, I can't look like a jerk on TV.
Like Tyler Cameron, were you really into Hannah Brown? I understand that sometimes men just see a hot body and then that can do it. But there's something about Hannah Brown that I find so unattractive. Is it her ignorance? Most likely.
What, that she's from Alabama?
That too. Well, those go, hand in hand. But I was like, are you really into her?
No, I agree.
I believe that Peter was because his parents started
He's
crying.
so dopey.
No,
He was definitely into her.
Steven, when his parents started crying because they realized how much their son liked this girl and how bad he was going to get his heart broken, was one of the best.
His mom stole the season of The Bachelor, and she's so. They're so weird. Well, Michelle, you successfully hijacked my Thanksgiving episode. You didn't answer any of my questions the way I asked them.
That I have a lovely dominant personality.
So
she is the villain.
You can use this as your dating profile, like, sample. Be like, you can just get like a Hinge and just put the link to the YouTube video, and just like, that'd be funny, and put timestamps of certain things you say. But wrapping up a bit, our viewership is going up. We have consistent listeners, both on YouTube and just audio. I advise people to listen to the audio because we have fun intros. This episode, which you've already heard if you listened, but at the time of recording, it's going to be Michelle saying something ridiculous that I tell her to say. So that's always fun. And really, for all the pitching social media stuff, this is a peach topic because she now has the ability to make you swipe up on Instagram, and it could be like a nude of me. So I think that'd be funny if it's just a picture of me scantily clad.
I love that. We can do that.
Renee.
Text me. Sext me.
Renee. I'm so proud.
Swipe up to sext. But
so proud.
Swipe up, you guys.
So also you have to, since you're going to be eating potatoes in your New York City apartment, how can people find you on TikTok and interact?
So my TikTok, which I'm at, I think I'm at 39,000 followers. Very exciting. Peach Mango Juice 777. My lucky number is 777.
I knew there was numbers.
So I literally just hit 39. I just hit 39,000.
And by the time this episode's up, it's going to be way higher.
We can only hope. If you want to watch me eat, do it.
Faye, so excited for you.
I do not have a TikTok, but I enjoy watching TikToks, so I can't pitch mine. Really, my main thing is just, if you're listening to this and you're not one of my close friends who I ask to, it's just subscribing on YouTube. That helps us the most. Leaving reviews on Apple Podcast and leaving ratings. But really, those YouTube subscribers help us get, throughout YouTube more. Our first episode, I believe, is around 200 views, which is exciting for me because it's a podcast.
Ooh.
So it's not as easy to get listeners on YouTube, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Oh, I have one more question before we close out for everyone who made it this far. And before our, 3-person Zoom call, I get booted. So here it is. I'm going to start with Michelle first. You have 30 seconds, Michelle. What's your biggest pet peeve? that other people do?
Oh, it's when you say hello to someone in passing, like in my building, and they don't say hi back. Like I get angry.
Do you turn around and yell at them like, I said hello?
I did one time. Just once.
All right. What is uh the elder sister's biggest pet peeve?
Oh my god. When people cough, like
You should be a nurse. Be like, I can't work here.
Crazy.
Renee is
People cough and don't cover their mouth. Disgusting.
Especially during COVID.
Disgusting. Absolutely
see.
not. I feel like I have a lot.
You could be genuinely sick, like in the corner covering your mouth, like and Renee is like,
Ew.
because you're not.
I think mine. I have like 10,000. I don't like. I also hate coughing. So, or like if I'm in school, say in college, and someone's sniffling, I could get up and just like slam their head on the desk. It drives me insane. I'm like,
Oh my god!
you're
When people just
sniffling,
constantly like
don't come to class.
blow
And
your
they're like-
nose. Get it
It's
out.
like they're sitting like this, and when that happens to me, I just literally I'm like, ugh, and just like get it all over my
No.
hand. I'm that guy because I don't want to sniffle because I know it.
It's
I hate
also
it.
my pet peeve. Yeah.
Your pet peeve is people covered in snot
All
next to you.
bodily functions.
Gross.
I also I live with guy roommates, so I don't like when there's hair in the
Same.
bathroom, but there's always hair in the bathroom from all of us. They could be from
Mhm.
any part of the body, and it's just I lived with someone who was very hairy in the past, and there was hair all over the bathroom floor. I'm like, what are we gonna do about this? And they were like, what do you mean? I'm like, you got to pick up your pubes, man. This is disgusting.
Ow.
When I sit down to pee in the middle of the night, my pants are going to get in them. Then I'm going to take it back to my bed. And I don't want that.
That is so gross. I hate when people talk with their mouth full.
Yes.
Gross.
I don't do that on my TikTok channel. If you like watching people
That
eat
should
with their
be
mouth
your
closed.
shtick, is that you just put food in your mouth and talk.
I can't talk and eat. I just cannot talk with my mouth full of food.
It's also dangerous. You could choke.
It is dangerous.
Well,
Good
that was
job.
my last listener question that was thrown to me. And it appears I'm over my allotted time. Michelle, thanks for joining us. This is
This girl.
a big, you're our first guest. I'm hoping our next guest is, maybe we'll get Jed on, and then I'll have you come in and you won't know he's here.
I feel like I should come on again. I'm like still insulted that I'm not a co-host, but it's okay.
Well, comments like that are why you're just not going to cut it in the business of
I'll take it.
the show. But thank you for coming on. Go follow Peach Mango Juice 777 on TikTok, and check her out on Instagram minus the numbers, just Peach Mango Juice. My fancy Instagram is at Kibitza Rights, and I think I have around 142 followers. Let's make that 143.
Wow.
Only a few are bots, but it is, this is coming out. I believe I'm going to publish this, if you're listening, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So I hope everyone's safe, and then we'll come back and, do our COVID Christmas episode. So we're really like a sitcom now. It's all themed, but I'm
I'll
fine
be back
with that.
for the Christmas episode.
I'll consider it. I might also just cut this, cut this whole episode, because a guest usually says thank you for letting me come on the show.
I said I was grateful in the beginning, and I want to say thank you once again. Seriously.
Perfect. I can edit that in and cut out the other stuff. But all right, we are going to get going. I appreciate our guest, and remember, subscribe to us on YouTube, leave us reviews, and all that fun stuff. And we will see you soon.